Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Good morning, I'm Taylor Upchurch. Today is Sunday, June 16th. Happy Father's Day to all you special dads out there. We're going to start off your morning checking in with meteorologist Kelly McShane. Kelly, what can fathers expect for the second half of their big weekend?
Well, unfortunately, we are bringing the rain chances and the storm chances for your Father's Day, but I'd like to wish all those fathers a happy Father's Day. Hopefully you can enjoy the day, maybe enjoy it inside. You can see pinpoint Doppler showing a line of some stronger storms just now moving out of Lexington, moving towards Eastern Kentucky, so we're going to continue to watch that. Nothing severe at this time, but we could see some gusty winds with this line of storms. But looking outside, we are seeing some blue sky, but we are seeing those mostly cloudy skies this morning, definitely keeping our eyes to the sky. Temperatures around the region, those mid to low 70s, so a little bit warm to start off your day, and those winds definitely cranking out of the south, anywhere from about 5 to 10, even almost 20 miles an hour up in Moorhead. So definitely a gusty one to start off the day, and a few short storm chances are in store for us this morning, but we will see some sunshine like we are seeing right now. But the better chances for those rain showers is going to be this afternoon and evening, and I'll track out your Father's Day storm chances in just a little bit, Taylor.
All right, thank you, Kelly. We're learning more information about a motorcycle crash that happened Friday evening in Pulaski County. It happened along US 27 at Kentucky 1247 near Eubank. Police say an SUV pulled in front of two motorcycles driving south towards Somerset. One man was pronounced dead on the scene and 3 other people were airlifted. We learned last night that one of those victims has died. We also know their names. James Burton and Michelle Cahill were both from Louisville. And the annual Scholastic 3D Archery Tournament was held in Laurel County yesterday. More than 400 kids of all ages came out to shoot their shot in hopes to win the grand prize. WYMT's Lauren McCourt caught up with some of the archers who say this tournament is more than just a competition.
No matter how you got started.
5th birthday, my parents got me a bow. I just wanted to try a new sport that was self-pacing.
Or how old you are.
My dad was always like, if I buy you a bow, will you do it? And I was like, I don't know.
Archery is a sport for everyone.
Anybody and everybody can do it. And as you walk the ranges, you see anybody, a small kid to a large kid, it doesn't matter.
But don't let that fool you, because it's harder than it looks.
I didn't do too bad, but I didn't shoot how I wanted to do.
This weekend at the Laurel County Fairgrounds, more than 400 kids came out to compete in the Scholastic 3D Archery Tournament.
I shot a 138 out of 240.
Which, if you're like me and have no idea what that means,
it's decent.
It's a pretty good score. But for these kids, it's more than just a competition.
You get to talk to a lot of people, you get to meet a lot of people, and overall it's just a lot of fun.
Probably making new friends and just the friendships that I've made.
It's about making memories and continuing to grow.
You just see the progress every day of getting better.
Because what you put into the sport.
It's good to see archers that start at an elementary age, and by the time that they reach high school, they're receiving college scholarships.
Is what you'll get out. In Laurel County, Lauren McCourt, WYMT Mountain News.
Gross said though there's a lot to plan with this event, she's thankful they had a great turnout. And the 8th annual Mountain Shrine Ride brought many out for a good cause Saturday morning. Every year, the Shriners raise thousands of dollars for the Children's Hospital in Lexington. The ride began in Whitesburg and ended at the Mineshaft Harley-Davidson shop in Pikeville. General Manager Clint Mead says although these guys look rough, they truly care for the kids.
I would say motorcyclists in general probably will donate and do more for the public than most public groups do.
Usually, this event brings around 80 people. Another annual ride held for the Shriners Children's Hospital is Hillbilly Christmas in July. Last year, this event raised $60,000. And gunfire inside a California Costco sent customers running for their lives. Police responded, prepared to take on an active shooting situation, but as Melissa Rainey reports, it was an argument pushed to a deadly end.
Chaos at a Southern California shopping center. Shoppers filing into the parking lot after shots rang out inside a Costco in Corona, triggering panic throughout the store.
I seen people yelling and crying. It was like a chaos, like all the shootings that you see in Vegas and all over the world.
As police helicopters circled from above, officers on the ground secured the area, prepared for a standoff.
Officers arrived anticipating an active shooter situation.
When they went inside, officers found a different situation.
There was apparently an argument inside, some type of argument that ensued into a gunshot.
One man was dead when police arrived. 3 others, including the alleged shooter, wounded on the floor.
There was 2 other adults with apparent gunshot wounds that have been transported to local area hospitals, and there was a shooter detained inside, and he has been transported to a local hospital.
Officials haven't named the gunman or victims, and the relationship remains unclear, though one of the wounded has been identified as an off-duty LAPD officer. I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
And cash registers at Target stores are back online after a 2-hour systems outage Saturday. The outage left shoppers venting frustrations online, but also commending workers for efforts to diffuse tension amid long lines. Target said guests were unable to make purchases at its stores. Meanwhile, shoppers took to social media to complain that registers weren't working at dozens of stores across the U.S. and posted images of long lines. Now, Friday morning, an 11-year-old North Carolina boy was home alone when a stranger knocked on his door. He says he didn't answer, and the man burst through the door. Excuse me. The suspect went into the living room to gather electronics, then went back to question Braden Smith. Braden says he was scared but took action in fighting off the attacker.
He came in the room, he pointed a gun at me, and he told me to sit down on the ground and get in my closet.
When the suspect kicked him, he decided to fight back by hitting the man with a machete. The man dropped everything he was stealing and ran off. He was later caught at a local hospital. And in Tennessee, a group of golfers and construction workers rescued a man from his SUV just moments before it caught fire. The crash happened Monday afternoon in Belmead, Tennessee. Belmead police say the driver began sneezing, which caused him to veer off the road and hit a culvert. The SUV then spun back onto the road and overturned on the driver's side. A group of nearby golfers and construction workers immediately ran to the SUV and began trying to push it upright. And President Trump's re-election campaign officially starts this Tuesday with a rally in Florida, while several protests calling for him to be impeached were held across the country Saturday. A recent poll showed President Trump trailing Joe Biden and other leading Democrats in several key swing states. And yesterday, protesters gathered across the country calling for the president's impeachment.
But now it's on us, the people, to demand that the U.S. Congress initiate impeachment inquiry so we get answers to expose the depth of the corruption of this administration.
Counter-protesters also made their voices heard. The 2020 presidential election is 506 days away. Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a pair of explosions rocked Somalia's capital, leaving 8 people dead. And coming up in sports, just days after the end of the NBA season, a massive trade has been agreed to, sending a former Wildcat to join LeBron James.
Well, it's Father's Day and we have storm chances this morning and this afternoon. I'll break down everything you need to know in my full forecast coming up next.